Alright, hello everyone. I'm gonna do a re-recording of this. I did earlier, but I stuttered a lot, so I wanted to make sure that I'm clear with the translation and stuff. So this is the 4-year anniversary banner. It is a double banner with the hero side with Mirza, Minstrel, and Aldora, and then the villain side with Saruin, Sheraha, and Death. So let's start off with the hero side. So on the hero side, we have Mirza. So for Mirza, skill number 1 is single target, slash and sun, and then self-heal extra small effect. Second skill is only be used twice per battle. It's a support type of skill. It gives Mirza a buff that does BP plus 3 every turn ends for 3 turns, and then gives heat up with extreme effect. So that would be 30% if I'm not mistaken. And then skill number 3, this is JP's first experience with Global's version of Stillblade Light. So what this does is it's a 13 to 10 BP, single target slash and sun, and then after that it would do a follow-up attack where it's a extra large chance. So the follow-up attack is a C AoE slash and sun, and then it would heal everyone with small effect. So one thing to take note is the follow-up attack happens on a chance basis, extra large. So that would be, I would say 45 if not 50%. Yeah. So for ability, Mirza has, so when you hit the enemy weak point with your attack, so you increase your damage with extreme effect, and then when taking damage from a shadow element, you negate that damage, so just like how Mirza usually is. The second ability, whenever you hit an enemy weak point, you increase your damage large effect, and then when the weak point attack hits, Mirza gains BP plus 2 to himself. And then skill number 3, when Mirza is equipped with sword, increase damage with extra large effect, so that's 20%. When taking a damage that's considered a resist, mitigate the damage with extreme effect, and then when taking a damage that's considered a resist, large chance to dodge that attack, so large is 37%. Yeah, Mirza is pretty good. Unfortunately, the healing side of this third skill is locked behind an RNG of an extra large chance, so that's not as reliable as Global's Stillblade Light, unfortunately. Oh, skill animation. So this one. And then this one. This one is pretty cool, the animation. Okay, that's Mirza. Next up is Minstrel, the one I actually targeted among the double banner. So first skill is Oratorio. So that's an AoE. It's a support skill. It gives everyone willpower buff, small effect, and then it gives everyone BP plus 1. Skill number 2 is a single target, slash and blunt. And then skill number 3, it's an AoE, slash and sun. And then it gives everyone willpower buff, large effect, and then it buffs everyone with mitigate magic damage for large effect for 3 turns. And then for ability, so ability number 1 starts the battle with BP plus 2, and then when doing an OD overdrive attack, heals everyone with medium effect, so kinda like Mastad's overdrive heal. And then ability number 2, this is like Anya's ability. So round start, give everyone BP plus 1, and then buff everyone all attribute with medium effect. And then the third one is give everyone damage up, medium effect, and then mitigate damage, medium effect as well for everyone. So the reason why I targeted for Minstrel is because of this one, Oratorio. BP plus 1 for 5 BP is really good. And then he also has access to magic mitigate, and then also has overdrive heal. So that kinda allows you to divert away from using Mastad and then having a different tank, which we will cover in the other banner. And lastly, we have oh wait, skill animation, sorry. Okay, so last one we have Aldora for the heroes banner. So Aldora has Cure Fire, so it does a single target heat element and then heals self with small effect. Second skill is single target slash and sun, and then prior to doing the attack, she buffs herself with um, heat attack boost medium effect for 4 turns, and then after the buff, she would buff herself further with love and charm medium effect, and then does the attack after. Last one is Explosion Nova, so it's fast AoE heat element. It can only be used once per battle, so after the attack, she does 90% damage of HP to herself that cannot be mitigated. Actually, sorry, she does the damage to herself first before doing the Explosion Nova. And then for ability, first ability, increase heat element damage with extra large effect. When doing an attack, she gains self healing HP, extra small effect. On turn ends, clears all ailment that were inflicted to her, and also gains another HP heal, small effect. Second ability is Burning Aura, so heat element damage, extra large heat element damage up, extra large effect, and then when doing a heat element attack, gives self BP +2, and then when taking damage that's considered a resist, mitigate the damage with large effect. And then ability number 3, damage up, extra large effect, and then when taking damage, mitigate the damage with large effect, and then battle starts, BP +1. So just to be clear, there are 2 mitigates that are large effect for this one. It's not large plus large, but rather large multiplied by large. So it's not gonna be, I think large is 20% if I'm not mistaken. So it's not gonna be 40%. So you multiply the damage by 0.8, I think, and then another 0.8 because it's 20%, 20%. Yeah. So you mitigate 36% with the total, if I'm not mistaken and my math is correct. And then, yeah, Aldora is a little weird because she does her 90% HP damage and then she does a lot of healing to mitigate that. So, but she has a lot of attack passive to benefit from. And then, like I said, Minstrel has a lot of support for hard content. And then Mirza is continues to be a hybrid DPS slash support with healing. He doesn't have the Saint Fire counter anymore like the UDX and New Year style. So that's one thing to consider. That's why his intelligence is pretty low, 56%. For Minstrel, it's all around and then more defensive stats. And then for Aldora, she has pretty high intelligence and strength because she still continues to be a hybrid caster and physical attacker. Okay, now that's done, we're gonna go for the villain side. So for the villain side, we have Saruin, Sheraha, and Death. So for Saruin, there's this one. So it's a single target slash and dart. The second skill is Malicious Wave. It can only be used 3 times per battle, and then it's an AoE dark element. It gives himself element enhanced dark element with maximum effect, and then after that do the Malicious Wave attack. After the attack, he would buff himself with turn ends BP +1. So both the element enhance and the turn ends BP +1 both last the entire battle. And then skill number 3 is also another single target slash and dart SSSS damage. For ability, first ability, he gets increased shadow damage with maximum effect, and then on battle start, give everyone element enhanced shadow with maximum effect, and then give everyone, when doing a shadow element attack, gain BP +1, and then both of those would last the entire battle. So ability number 2, battle starts BP +3, turn starts gain all attributes with medium effect, and then ability number 3, when equipped with greatsword, increase damage with extreme effect, and then when taking damage, mitigate that damage with extra large effect. So if you can't already tell, Saruin is just a DPS monster. There's the increased shadow damage maximum effect, there's the buff for everyone including himself, element enhanced shadow with maximum effect again, and then he can cast malicious wave with more element enhanced shadow with maximum effect as well for 3 times. So if maximum effect for element enhance is 50%, so that's a total of 250% for the battle. And then yeah, mostly single target. If you have the UDX style, destructive blow or demise, we can take advantage of that. But yeah, Saruin is just a DPS monster. And then yeah, skill animation. That one, malicious wave, and then this one. This one is pretty cool. Yep. Okay. So next one is death. So death. Oh wait. So maximum stat for Saruin, 111% strength and intelligence of 116, and then high stats all around except for love and charm. So pretty solid banner. Pretty solid character. Okay, so death. So death is unfortunately one of the weaker character in the double banner. So first skill is little steal. So shadow damage single target, and then self heal extra small effect, and then unconscious with small chance. Second skill is AoE shadow damage, and then inflict unconscious with small chance. And then last is single target random 3 hits slash and dark for B damage. For ability, turn starts give self with moral up medium effect, and then give self intelligence buff medium effect. The second ability, battle starts BP +3, and then when taking down an enemy with an attack, buff self with heat up medium effect that can be that is casted to death 5 times per battle, and then he gains BP +5. So the BP +5 is the same as Bertrand, where it doesn't matter the number of enemies you take down. As long as you take down at least one enemy, you gain BP +5 and the heat up effect. And then ability number 3, when taking damage, mitigate the damage with large effect, and then turn starts, buff self with heat up medium effect 5 times per battle. So in total, Death can have 100% attack with all the heat up buff stacked. Unfortunately, just a little lackluster with what he can do. He probably would be able to spam this one if only the BP battery he has is not tied up to taking down an enemy, so you can use this skill for bossing, for example. But yeah, that's the downside for Death. And then we have the new tank that I used in the Romancing Saga Minstrel song Tower. Sheraha, the very solid tank, I would say. So we have Dark Shell, Sorry, skill animation for death. Sorry. Little steel. This one. And this one. Okay. Now we go to the new meta tank, I would say. Not a cover tank, but rather just a tank. So Sheraha. Sheraha has Dark Shell. So it's a single target slash and blunt and dark, and then guard up to self small effect for 2 turns. Next one is Bind Sphere. So it's single target, blunt and dark, and then chance to debuff intelligence, small effect, and chance to debuff willpower, small effect. And then lastly, Sorrow's Soul. So it's single target, blunt and dark, and then after the attack, there's a chance to debuff agility, large effect, and then put herself, buff herself rather, with defense boost, large effect for 3 turns. For her ability, ability number 1, turn starts, she gains taunt stance, medium effect for 4 turn, and then self heal, extra small effect. And then when taking direct hit damage, so there's direct and indirect, right? So direct damage, she mitigates the damage and then counters with this attack. So it's a C damage, AoE, cold and dark, and then there's a chance to inflict petrify, small chance for 5 turn. So it doesn't say that it's by chance, and so far from my experience, it has been 100% counter. Ability number 2 is like final battle, Acelus's dodge, 37% chance to dodge any attack. And then ability number 3, so increase her damage with extra large effect. On turn starts, she buffs herself with defense up, medium effect. It can only be used 5 times per battle. So she gains 50% defense boost, or defense up rather, on top of her spamming Sorrow's Soul for extra defense boost. She doesn't have overdrive heal just like Mastan, but in the current tower, so I'm currently stuck in floor 26, I think 27. That's with death. So death every 3 turns would do 1 LP damage. So the problem there is if you use old characters that rely on LP either to cast heat up or to heal or whatever, then yeah, you would struggle with that fight. So, and there's no Liam. Like I said, every 3 turns there's 1 LP damage. So it's characters like Sheraha and the new characters that don't rely on LP is very, very useful in the new tower event. So yeah, like I said, I used my 33,000 jewels. I was able to get Death and Sheraha in this banner, and then I got Minstrel in the other banner. So I'm hoping to get Saruin on this one, but I'm also waiting for the new Liam to show up. I think next week or this coming week is when the banner drops in JP. So yeah, that's the rundown of the banner. Saruin is just a DPS monster. Sheraha is a solid tank. Death, easily skippable, unfortunately. And then on the hero side, I would say Minstrel is pretty solid. Really spammable BP battery. Mirza with their first experience with Stillblade Light, unfortunately with RNG based, and then Aldora being a pretty good DPS, I would say, with lots of passive. And then I want to add this real quick. So with the 4-year anniversary, they started to revamp the banner. So the off banners that we usually have, you know, Premiera, Final Emperor, and those characters, they got moved to the Platinum banner. I'll show you in a while. And then what we have now for off banner are all romancing. So this is a Romancing Fest banner. So all off banners are old Romancing Fest characters. So that's why in my last SS from this banner, I got Christmas Julian. So all the old SS style from 2021 and earlier became the new filler units. And then when you exchange your tokens, you can also pity for an old character. So you have a choice whether you want to pity for the pickup character, or you want to pity for old characters that you don't have. So the game actually shows you the units that you don't have first before actually showing you the ones that you have at the bottom, like here, like this one. And then like I said, in platinum, actually in the platinum banner, that's where all the off banners we have right now got moved. So yeah, that's the 4-year anniversary. These are the two banners. There's a new Liam coming this coming week. I'll do another rundown of that, and then hopefully I would be able to continue on with the Minstrel song banner, tower rather. I stopped at death. It's pretty hard with the 1 LP, so hopefully I get better RNG and be able to clear that. Alright, thank you so much, and see you in the next video or stream.